If you're moving to Hampton Roads in 2025 and you're really considering between Chesapeake and Suffolk, Virginia, we're going to cut through the noise in this video and break down exactly which city may be more predicated for what your needs really are. In today's video, we're going to be breaking down everything that you need to know about Chesapeake and Suffolk and when in between both, whether that's going to be dealing with housing, school, traffic, community, neighborhoods, and more. We're going to break all that down for you, and we're definitely going to make sure you can make a sound and swift decision by the end of this video. My name is Craig Houston. I'm with the Moving to Norfolk team, and if you're thinking about making that smooth move between Chesapeake and Suffolk, then it's the video for you. And I want you to go ahead and subscribe to the channel and ring that notification bell so that way that you can be the first to learn about any and everything dealing with Chesapeake, Virginia and Suffolk, Virginia in this video as well too. But not only that, we help viewers like you each and every week who are thinking about making that smooth move to both of these cities, whether that's Chesapeake or Suffolk, and we love every single moment of it. So feel free to give us a call, shoot us a text at any time. I mean, really and truly, I really mean it. Anytime. You can give us a call or shoot us a text at 757-294-8163, where you'll get straight shooter advice from someone who will be just like a family friend to you and make sure that you have all the information that you need to make a sound and smart decision regardless of where that takes you across Hampton Roads. So let's jump into the tail of the tape between these two cities, whether that's Chesapeake or Suffolk that you're going to be looking to make that move to at the end of this video. Let's jump directly into exactly what's going on with home prices in both cities. First up is going to be cost of living and home prices. When we talk about Suffolk, you're going to be looking at median sale prices as of Q2 2025. It's sitting around on average about $395,000, while the price per square foot will put you somewhere between $190 to $205. Now you're going to have more newer construction available to you under $450,000 in the Suffolk, Virginia market, with a growing suburban area like North Suffolk. If you're thinking about that area, that's more so like Harborview, is going to offer you affordable newer homes with stronger upside. When you look at Chesapeake, the median sale price in that area is going to be for Q2 2025 at $435,000, where that's going to put your price per square foot around $215 to $235 on average. You're paying a premium for location and schools, especially in Great Bridge, Greenbrier, and Hickory. So my major takeaway from cost of living and home prices when it comes to Chesapeake or Suffolk is going to be budget. That's really going to be dependent on exactly what it is that you're looking for. If you're looking for a bigger home for lesser value that's going to go a longer way with your money, then you're more likely to be looking at Suffolk. If you're thinking about everything else that's encompassing, whether that's school zones, being closer to nightlife, being closer to Virginia Beach, Norfolk on those commutes, and having more opportunities around you from a shopping, dining, and experience overall, then Chesapeake may be actually the experience that you're looking for as well. And that's going to be predicated directly on choice of what that budget may actually look like. Number two is going to be commute and traffic. Now, between both these cities, you have different variances that you can actually point to where they could be a concern. But also you can find where a lot of these are not going to really be that big of an upheaval depending on what you're really looking for when it comes to the city experience. In Suffolk, yes, you can have somewhat of a slight 30 to 60 minute commute depending on what part of Suffolk that you're actually living from, commuting from, whether that's Central or North Suffolk. Well, I mean, you can actually have that 30 to 60 minute commute any various. Like right now on Highway 58, there's a lot of major road construction going on, so you could see a slightly longer increase in your traffic time. But if you're actually going to North Suffolk, Harborview area, you can actually have multiple ways to get there, whether you're going through the Portsmouth Tunnel to the 164, or if you're going through the 64 over the high-rise bridge to 664, you can have multiple ways to get home, and it actually make your commute a little bit more pleasant and enjoyable depending on which way you decide to go. Now, when it comes to Chesapeake, you actually have multiple accesses to everything around you, whether that's I-64, I-464, I-664, depending on where you're wanting to go in the 757. Now, when it comes to both these cities, they both have their pluses and their minuses when it comes to commute and traffic, but I think Chesapeake is going to have the more of a plus side opportunity for you. And here's the reason why. They're both going to be great for remote workers or those commuting to shipyards, hospitals, and Portsmouth or NSA, but they also can be great for dual income households who split commute directions, whether that's one going to Virginia Beach or one that's going to Norfolk. But to me, Chesapeake is going to be the one that's going to win here because it simply is going to make it where you're going to have more accessibility in a close proximity to multiple cities versus how far you could be between cities between Suffolk, Virginia, depends on where you live at, and the commute time to get to your home from those locations as well too. Number 3 is going to be schools and community vibe. If you're thinking about moving to Chesapeake, Virginia, then you're really predicating yourself really on schools and having strong school presence actually be a part of what you're taking into consideration. Because school zones in Chesapeake are going to be more prominent than the ones in Suffolk, Virginia, who are going to have lower rated schools according to websites like niche.com and greatschools.org. Chesapeake actually has Great Bridge, Hickory, and Grassville that a lot of people take into consideration when it comes to actually the school zones. And in these areas, they're actually going to be a little bit more of a higher demand for these homes as well too. And there are going to be a lot more HOA communities in these areas. The further you go out in Hickory, you may find lesser HOA communities, but you still will find these a lot more predicated than most. And if you're looking at Suffolk, you're going to have certain spots inside Suffolk that's going to have a stronger school zones like Nasman High School, Nasman River High School, Northern Shores Elementary. You're going to find those schools in pockets as well too in certain school zones according to these actual ratings that's actually going to be listed by these couple websites. But the main thing to consider here as well too is the community vibe. The community vibe can actually be a different feel, depends on what you're looking for when it comes to both these actual areas. When it comes to Chesapeake or when it comes to Suffolk, you have to take that into a grain of salt of whether it actually is going to be the right fit for you as a homeowner and as a family. So actually let those family dynamics play out a little bit more than what you actually would. And I always predicate when I talk about school zones that a lot of people actually want a straight answer to. You got to actually do a little bit more research and a lot more digging, in my opinion, where you have to actually talk to the administration at the school zone that you may be actually applying to. Or actually doing a little bit more of a deep dive where you actually go into message boards and you actually talk to parents who actually live in those neighborhoods, who with school age kids, who may be attending those areas as well, to kind of get a better sense of what's really going to be taking place in that community if you're going to actually move into it. And I'm not trying to give you lip service, but it's really important that you understand that you as the person who actually has a school age child has to actually think about what is more important to you as a parent as you're tailoring your education for that particular child as well too. So that's what it's going to come down to for number 3. It's going to be community vibes and school zones as well too. So let's jump into number 4. Number 4 is going to be growth and future value. Summit Point is a part of a redevelopment in Greenbrier in Chesapeake that's attracting tech, restaurants, and new multifamily housing. Hickory Farms is a development that's going to add new construction but keeps land conservation tight. The City Council of Chesapeake has capped rapid expansion, meaning slower sprawl but rising property values. When it comes to Suffolk, you got Publix and the Amazon Fulfillment Center near Harborview and Central Suffolk on Godwin Boulevard, which is going to equal more jobs plus more demand. When it comes to the downtown Suffolk revitalization, that's currently underway right now that you can actually see Suffolk putting a lot more specification into. When it comes to infrastructure, it's actually really catching up right now where you're seeing the roads are being widened and you're getting more broadband access. The key takeaway for me in this situation is that Suffolk has more long-term upside due to available land and infrastructure investment. Chesapeake offers stronger short-term stability with constrained growth and protected values. Okay, so let's talk about what kind of buyer personalities should you be taking into consideration between both cities. If you're looking to move to Suffolk, that means that you may be looking for something that's a newer construction home or even a more modern home than older in comparison because of how recently homes were built in Suffolk. You will be looking at somewhere for a home under $450,000 or below. But you're also looking for a little bit more space for that home as well in square footage or in lot size as well too. But then you're not really worried about the commute that you would have to make daily to get to where you want to be at if it's not working in Suffolk and it's any other part of the 757 like Chesapeake, Virginia Beach, or Norfolk. And you're taking into consideration investing for long-term potential growth in a city that is still seeing infrastructure being developed and a more of a lifestyle that's being developed for those who are actually moving to the local market of Suffolk, Virginia. And if you're a buyer that's looking to move to Chesapeake, Virginia, then obviously we already know that you're looking for stronger school zones that for your school age children, but then also you're taking into consideration that you want resale protection, meaning that when you actually buy a home on the open market in Chesapeake, that you feel that that value is actually going to be more protected over a longer period of time, as growth is still happening in Suffolk as well too. But then you also want to be closer for a better commute, whether it's going to Virginia Beach, Norfolk, or even Suffolk in this situation, but then also giving you the opportunity for where you can actually enjoy the amenities of shopping, dining, and restaurants in the actual area as well. So I think that's one of the major things that you want to take into consideration, and you still can get somewhat of the semblance of growth in actual square footage and lot sizes as well. It just won't be as more paramount as it is in Suffolk, Virginia. I really don't want you to overthink this because both cities are very solid. I think this is going to be more of just of a preference type of situation and what you can actually find from a community standpoint that actually fits in your budget. Either one of these cities can actually be ideal for both scenarios, and we love to make sure that we help buyers figure this out as they go forward with the next step in the process of purchasing the home in either one of these communities. So this is why I always want to encourage you to go ahead and reach out to us and let us help you come up with a step-by-step customized plan directly for you to help you actually make that smooth move to Chesapeake or Suffolk, Virginia. And if you found value in this content, definitely feel free to give us a like on this video, but go ahead and subscribe to the channel and ring that notification bell so that way you can be the first to learn about any and everything that's going on, whether that's in the Chesapeake or Suffolk, Virginia market. And we look forward to assisting you each and every step of the way. And if you found value in this content and you like this type of style of video, you may like this video as well too. I think it's going to be a banger for you as well. I'll catch you in the next video. Y'all stay safe. Peace.